Love X Revenge. Tonight's story will make your heart race, your pulse jump, and your mind spin, because sometimes the most unexpected mistakes lead to the most unforgettable beginnings. The millionaire, Adrian Cole, had lived a life so perfectly calculated that even his shadows seemed scheduled. Every morning at 6:15 he left his penthouse. Every evening at 8:50 he left the office. Every night at exactly 10 o'clock he stepped into his car, driven by his personal chauffeur, and returned home without a single deviation. But not tonight. Tonight, a single mistake would upend his entire world. It started with a phone call, loud, urgent, distracting, as Adrian strode out of the underground parking garage, eyes locked on the glowing screen. He didn't even look up as he opened the rear door of a sleek black sedan, sank into the seat, and exhaled sharply. It wasn't his car, and the woman in the driver's seat was definitely not his chauffeur. Her hands froze on the steering wheel. Her eyes widened in the rear-view mirror, two bright, terrified circles trembling with panic. Did you just get into my car?" she whispered, her voice cracking. Adrian blinked, confused. "This is my..." He turned, looked around, and realized instantly that it wasn't. Wrong interior, wrong scent, wrong everything. But before he could explain, she sucked in a shaky breath and did the one thing he never expected. She lunged for her pepper spray. Adrian barely had time to lift his hands. Wait, too late. A blazing storm hit him full in the face. He coughed, choked, and threw himself sideways, eyes burning like fire. I'm not robbing you." She scrambled out of the car, screaming for help. "Thief, get out of my car." Adrian stumbled out blindly, arms raised, expensive suit clinging to him like wilted paper. Stop, I made a mistake." But she didn't listen. She grabbed her bag and hurled it at him. It bounced off his chest. Then she seized her water bottle and emptied it straight into his face, trying to neutralize the threat, as she shouted. No one had ever attacked him like this in his life. No one had ever dared. By the time she stopped, out of breath, Adrian stood dripping, coughing, and blinking through the stinging haze. She stared at him, then at the badge clipped to his suit, then at the logo on his watch. Her voice trembled. Are you Adrian Cole?" she squeaked. He nodded weakly. "Unfortunately, yes." She froze. And then she screamed again, but this time in mortification. Oh my God, I pepper sprayed a millionaire. I threw my bag at you. I'm going to jail." Adrian wiped his eyes. "You're not going to jail," he said hoarsely. "But you definitely have good aim. I thought you were trying to steal my car." She gasped. You slid in silently like some kidnapper. I was on the phone. You didn't even look. I said it was an accident. You scared me. You attacked me." They stood there, panting, glaring, two strangers in the middle of the parking garage, both shaken and humiliated. Then Adrian did something that surprised even himself. He laughed. A deep, raw, genuine laugh, something he hadn't done in years. The woman blinked. Are you okay?" "No," he said, laughing harder. "I'm absolutely not. But this is the most alive I've felt in a decade." She stared at him as if he had lost his mind. He couldn't blame her. His eyes were red, his shirt ruined, and he probably looked like a raccoon recovering from a brawl. "Let's start over," he said, offering a hand. "I'm Adrian, accidental car intruder." She hesitated, then shook it carefully. "I'm Lila, accidental millionaire attacker." Fair enough. Silence settled between them, awkward but softening. Then Lila's face paled. "Your eyes, they're still red. Are you sure you're okay?" "I'll live." He paused. "Probably." She bit her lip. "I'm so sorry." He smiled, surprising her. "Honestly, I should thank you. For blinding you. For reminding me that life isn't supposed to be predictable." He shrugged. "Maybe I needed a bit of chaos." Lila stared at him, unsure whether to laugh or check him for a concussion. "Let me make it up to you," she blurted suddenly. "Coffee, medical wipes, a new shirt, eye drops, a therapist." He chuckled. "Coffee will do." She brightened nervously. "Are you sure?" "Positive." They walked to the small 24-hour cafe next to the garage. Lila kept apologizing every 10 steps, and Adrian kept waving her off. Inside, under warm yellow lights, they sat at a corner table. Lila's hands shook as she stirred her drink. "I really thought you were a robber," she mumbled. "I can see why," he said. "I wasn't paying attention." She peeked at him. A lot of people get into your car by mistake." "No, and I usually don't get ambushed." She groaned and covered her face. "Stop reminding me." Adrian smirked. "You charged like a warrior." "Impressive, really." Lila lowered her hands. "I'm not usually like that." "What are you usually like?" She hesitated. "I work 2 jobs. I go home late. I'm careful. Tonight, I just reacted." He nodded slowly, understanding blooming in his eyes. She wasn't paranoid. She was exhausted and unprotected. He studied her for a moment, the faint dark circles under her eyes, the worn jacket, the way she kept glancing toward the door out of habit. "Not fear. Survival. I shouldn't have assumed the worst," she whispered. "You probably think I'm crazy." "No," Adrian said quietly. "I think you're strong." She stiffened. No one had called her that in years. Maybe ever. "You know," Adrian added with a crooked smile, "I don't let many people near me." "But you hit me before I even said hello." Lila groaned again. "Please stop. It's refreshing." She stared at him, really stared, and finally laughed. A soft, disbelieving, beautiful laugh. Adrian felt something warm unfurl in his chest. By the time they finished their coffees, Adrian's eyes were less red, and Lila's embarrassment had faded into easy banter. When they stepped outside, the night air was cooler, quieter, softer somehow. Lila turned to him. "Thank you, for not pressing charges. Or filing lawsuits. Or calling security." He smiled. "You gave me the best story I've had in years." She rolled her eyes. "I assaulted a millionaire. That's your story. It's a good one." She hesitated. "So, I guess this is goodbye." Adrian didn't like how that sounded. At all. "Lila," he said gently. "Would you let me call you again?" She blinked. "You want my number?" He nodded. "No kidnapping. No car mistakes. Just dinner sometime." Lila looked at him, the powerful millionaire with a bruised dignity and a hopeful expression, and felt a strange flutter in her chest. "Are you sure?" she whispered. "You want to see the girl who pepper-sprayed you?" He smiled. "Absolutely." She handed him her phone with trembling fingers. He typed his number, saved hers, and returned it with a soft, earnest look. "I'll see you soon, Lila." She smiled, shy, warm, real. "I hope so." Adrian watched her walk toward her car, this time making sure she got into the correct one. He didn't go to his driver. He walked home, eyes still stinging a little. Heart waking up for the first time in years. A mistake that felt like destiny. Love x Revenge will continue bringing you the most unexpected love, the most dramatic twists, and the most addictive stories. Stay tuned for the next one.